No. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Aarti, and in today's video I'm going to be coloring in my coloring book using only one color, and the color that I chose today was purple. So this is the coloring book that I'm going to be using. If you don't know what this is the coloring book that I published online. It's on Amazon, and I realized that I never ever showed you guys my coloring book like in person in its full form and its beautifulness. So this is the coloring book, and it's amazing.
You should get it.
I'll link it in the description. And it's
a really great coloring book with some really amazing pages.
So you should. It's available on Amazon. Anyway, I chose this page. Hold up. So this is the page that I chose, this one. And I don't know, I just think it would be really nice with purple, like full purple. And I've been wanting to do this challenge for a while. I think it's a really fun idea. And it's definitely gonna be difficult. So I have my purple things over here. This is all the purple supplies that I could find that were not paint. So it's not much. And there is a couple of blues in there. I'm cheating a little bit, but that's okay because blue is definitely a shade of purple in my opinion. I think it's a shade of purple, kind of. But anyway, without any other further delays, let's get into the video. Yay. Okay, so I'm starting by coloring this like wall section with a purple marker. And let me tell you, I have no experience with markers at all. Like I never used them for anything. So I didn't know like how it would look, and I ended up not really liking how it looked because when you overlap the markers, you can kind of see the streaks. So I ended up going over that with like a similar colored pencil color. And I liked how that looked, so I decided to just leave it like that and do it for like the rest of the wall like that with the marker. But as you can see here, the style that I'm going for is not a realistic style at all. I can't do realistic because of the black outlines, and so I was going for a very cartoony kind of style. And I also wanted to make it like a nighttime scene because I think since purples are, or the ones that I'm using are leaning a little bit to the darker side, it wouldn't make sense to do a daytime scene. It would just look weird. So I wanted to do a really nice nighttime scene with like a moon outside of the window and some black shaded buildings maybe. And I wanted the whole thing to really like pop, and I wanted bold shading and heavy outlines, and that's kind of the style that I was going for. So as you can see here, I was really trying to make the details super minimal, and I didn't want much details or anything because that's really what makes the picture pop, and I was trying to steer away from realism as much as possible, even though it was tempting, especially for the smaller items, to add a lot of detail and shading. I definitely tried to stay away from that and keep it as minimalistic as possible. And one thing that I learned recently was that shadows tend to be a cooler tone, like color, and I don't know, other things tend to be warmer toned. So I was trying to keep the shadows of the objects cool toned. So that means like the shading and the sides of the 3D objects were a little bit cooler purples, and then the rest were more warm. I am going to be honest, this was a very difficult challenge because I don't really know color theory very well when it comes to monotone drawings and paintings. So using only one shade or like one type of color for a whole page was very difficult for me, especially because it was hard to understand like what shade should go where. But I think I eventually did get the hang of it. I was just like using similar colors for similar objects and kind of looking at what worked and what didn't. And it was kind of fun experimenting with the different purples and seeing what would look good in the shadowing areas and what would look good in the highlighted areas. And it was fun to see how even a slight change in the shade changed the picture so much. I thought that was so cool to see. So for this desk lamp, I wanted to make it metallic to kind of pop from the page. So I used these gel pens that I had, and they had like little sparkles in them, and I used those for the accents of the room as well. It was about now where I was not sure how this page was going to turn out because I spent so much time on this. This took me about like 2 days to do, and I was genuinely worried that this page was not going to turn out well, especially for this desk. The shade that I used, I was worried that it wasn't going to look good. I didn't want to use the same purple that I used for the wall because then it would look flat. So I leaned to a more pink toned purple. And I wasn't sure how it was gonna look. But I think here, mixing the cooler toned purple with the pink kind of purple, it really helped bring the color together, and it kind of differentiated the color from the wall, but just a little bit, so that you can tell that they're not the same color, but it's not too different. So now I started looking at this page and I thought that it looked a little bit flat. I did like how it looked, but it was a little bit flat and a little bit messy as well. So I decided to add some highlights just to make the items pop even more. And I think that really helped pull the whole look together, and it definitely made it look a lot more cartoony, and it made it pop from the page a lot more. But also, I thought the outlines looked a little bit messy as well, so I went over them with a black Posca pen, and I think this really did help bring the whole page together because this is what made it look much neater than it did before. Okay, so here is the final page. I really like how it came out. I think that the purple monotone kind of look is really nice, especially for this nighttime setting. I think it suits it really well, and it adds a good effect to the page, and I really like how it came out. So let me know what you think of this page in the comments. This was a very tricky challenge to do because I had to try to figure out like everything on how to do all the monotone stuff, and it took a while to figure out, but I think I eventually got it, and I do like the end result. So let me know what you think in the comments. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you watched till the end of the video, comment this emoji down below in the comment section. And again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!